Welcome back. Here we are celebrating across the whole weekend the second anniversary of Pink Frog, and the first day of that, of course, is this epic one-day special, which has been phenomenally busy. I am not surprised either, because we all have an enduring love of butterflies, and other people make water. What an opening. Hazel, welcome back.
Hello.
You need your water, don't you? Keep you going.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all over the place. It's been a busy 24 hours,
yes,
nearly.
It has, very much so.
Sold out this morning, of course, on the one-day special. Not surprised. In fact, I've got new news for you as well as we look at the one-day special here for Final Call, is that the individual stamp sets have sold out on their own. So if you were looking for the individual stamp sets, at the moment, I have to say, that's it. We are sold out. And we don't think there will be an opportunity to sort of rectify that, certainly not in this hour. Anyway, so your one-day special, I mean, see, I always think with the one-day special anyway, you look at it, and by the time you've gone through all of the bit by bit, this could be that, this could be that, there's a saving of that from that, and that, and that.
It's
you
so
kind of
worth
think
it.
It's just easier, and because this is a why not as well, in terms of Freedom members, even if you're not a Freedom member, it kind of welcomes you into the door. The savings cover the Freedom membership, which then covers your postage for the rest of the month, and then you decide whether you continue on with that. It's brilliant. So let's have a look, shall we? Because for me, although this is Final Call, for me this is first call, because I haven't been here for the rest of the shows. Over 3/4 of the extended delivery stock on the one-day special has sold out and gone. Now, this goes out for you on the 21st of June. Today is the, I don't even know. 12th. Oh, well, that's not long at all, is it? I don't mind. I don't mind when the value is so awesome and immense. And actually, this is really nice, because if you're a fan of Pink Frog and what they do in terms of cardstock, imagination, stamps, variety, great. If you're a fan of Pearlywinks and what they do, then this is kind of match made in heaven, because the one-day special is a collaboration between Pink Frog and Pearlywinks. So if you've seen Pearlywinks shows before and you haven't yet dipped your toe in the water, but you love what Pink Frog do, et voila, we've just done the kind of two birds with one stone thing here, haven't we? So, should we have a little dive in at what we've got? Everyone loves butterflies. Let's look at the stamp sets first. And butterflies galore. But again, lots and lots of different elements which allow this to stand out from what is a crowd, isn't it,
exactly.
in terms of butterflies?
So if you like clean and crisp, you so can do that and achieve that with this set. You've got 6 butterflies, 3 styles, 2 of each. We've put in some lovely funky fonts there for you. Butterfly kisses, happy birthday with love and best wishes. And then a few smaller elements, which leads us on to the textures 3, which gives us a lot more different textures there. So they work together really well, and you can use as many or as little as you want to build up your masterpieces. Let's call them masterpieces, because they are. I've had so much fun with these. This is me in a package. I have absolutely loved playing with it. The Pearlywink sprays with our cardstock, like you said, you took the words out of my mouth, and match made in heaven. Yeah. That's what this is.
Yeah, it truly is.
Yeah.
And again, it allows you so much freedom, even if you are a baby steps crafter and you're thinking, OK, right, well, I have to be, you know, I have to watch the pennies and everything else, so I could watch every show and buy everything in every show. Well, this is like a show special, isn't it? Yeah. This is like, you know, you walk into a craft event, and this is like a welcome to the world of crafting as well, isn't it?
It's a starter pack.
Yeah,
if you've never used spray inks before, that's why we've handpicked this collection. You've got 5 amazing colours.
Let me show you the colours, because I have to say as well, I don't think I've ever done a Pearlywink show. Oh. So I'm new to these spray inks as well. I don't have a spray ink in my collection so far. This is what you have. So the colours, you see the base colours there, the chartreuse yellow, the sweet orange, you've got magenta there, anemone blue.
And blue grotto.
Blue grotto. Anemone's a difficult word, isn't it?
I know. It doesn't even say how it's spelt.
No.
Because it's like there should be an M. Yeah.
Yeah. Anemone, yeah.
We've probably pronounced it wrong. But
no, it is an enemy.
It is.
It is an enemy. I've been warming myself up because we've got a gardening one day special at 6 o'clock tonight, so I've been brushing up on my gardening terms and techniques. So it's definitely an enemy. So there are the 5 pearly winks that you get. Now that's the 5 colours, but then we also get, you see what's making this shimmer on the right-hand side here is the diamond pearl, and we get the diamond pearl spray, which looks very, very different on the colours as opposed to it being on the black or on the white. Look at this. That's real stardust, that, isn't it, on black card.
Amazing.
And then I don't think you'll... Well, yes, you're just about to be able to see.
It gives like a pearlescent finish.
Yes. It's like, it's difficult to show you on the camera, obviously, because it's white and cameras hate white. But you can see the effect. You can see the
tiny bits of glitter and the mica there. It's just amazing.
And we've not finished yet, because you also get the diamond pearl from Pearly Winks, but you also get something called Colour Pop. And Colour Pop is just as the name suggests, actually. If you're using a background which is absolutely full of colour and then you want to introduce texture back into that, then Colour Pop can give you that lovely kind of fine mist, almost sort of airbrushing a little bit, isn't it?
Because it's got that acrylic content in there and it's water-based, so you can mist it, you can drip on there to get those little splatter effects, and you can paint with it. So it gives an opaque finish, then you can build colour onto it. It also goes onto almost any surface because of the acrylic content. So acetate, oopsie.
It's all right, don't worry. You carry on. Look, Hazel was making an amazing point there while I clear up my mess.
Onto acetates, onto your MDFs, onto tiles, glass, anything really. Just really effective. Are you sorted now?
I was just about to show you. You know that little butterfly that you gave me? Oh, I think it's
flown away.
Has it fluttered off now? Oh, here it is.
Yes.
Here it is. Hazel's hard work for hours and hours and hours on end. OK, this butterfly has been stamped and then heat embossed onto acetate, and then on the reverse of the acetate, the Colour Pop has been added, and of course then you can see it through the clarity of the actual butterfly, and you can see that lovely Colour Pop in the background. How genius is that?
And it doesn't rub off, and that's why I did it on the acetate and made sure that we had it so that we could hold it up.
Such a clever idea.
Painting on the back as well. You can literally do the detail painting. Amazing.
That's only the start of it, by the way. So there's plenty more to come, because we've also got card, of course. That's what Pink Frog. That's what we absolutely trust first time, don't you? Whenever you hear the word super smooth, Pink Frog pops into your head straight away. Whenever you think cardstock and affordability for the quality, you always think Pink Frog. And I'm not just saying that because we're standing here with the Pink Frog show. There's many other companies that bring card, but I think Pink Frog are so synonymous with the quality of their cardstock and just how much you get of it for your money.
Exactly.
So what are we getting here then?
So this is the 15 by 30 size. So they're unscored card blanks. It will of course come with your instruction sheet for 10 different folds. So that could include a gatefold, a half fold, inverted stepper, a side gatefold. I'm trying to think of them, but there's 10 of them. That'll come with the package as well.
Awesome. And how many sheets of each do we get?
25.
25 of each?
Yeah.
See, listen, I mean, I'm used to card or paper from some places coming in packs of 10. Not for 25 of one colour and 25 of another to come along for the ride as part of the deal. Yeah. That's amazing. Talking about coming along for the ride, free gift with purchase, because Pink Frog are celebrating their 2nd anniversary with us here at the craft store, formerly Hochanda. You are also going to get 50 sheets. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I was just about to say, how many sheets is it? 50 sheets of ice gold. This is 120 GSM. This is absolutely going to be brilliant. There's one per customer for everyone buying in this show, which is just awesome. Beautiful. And again, this kind of speciality look paper... It just works great with your sprays because, or your inks, whatever you use on top of it, you won't lose that pearlescent shine. It will shine through. But I'm used to buying paper like this in packs of 10, wrapped in plastic, and it's £5.99. Yeah. You're giving me 50 sheets. Which is worth £6.49 and it's free.
So anything that you need to stock up on, whether it be red liner tape or a packet of masket, you'd get that free with your order.
Fabulous. There is one per customer because we're celebrating. It's like Pink Frog bringing the donuts to the office on their birthday. It's that kind of thing.
Obviously,
do you know what I mean?
we couldn't post donuts because
No,
they'd
exactly.
get squashed, so.
Exactly. And you can't craft with a donut, can you? Although I bet you'd try.
I bet I could.
Yeah, I bet you could. Definitely.
I might not be able to talk.
Very
but, yeah.
short-term piece of artwork, that would be. Right, so your one-day special. Now, 80% of the eggs... Remember, this is sold out already today, so this is extended delivery stock now, and now 80% of that stock has now sold out. So if you want to take advantage of this, plus your free gift as well, so all the stamps, all the cards, all the pearly winks, plus the colour pop and the diamond pearl as well, it's just bonkers, isn't it? It's crazy bonkers. And if you're a Freedom member, happy days. No postage, fabulous price. If you're not a Freedom member, just become one today because your savings will more than cover your membership. And then you will have free postage for the rest of the month. And you've got Flexi on this one. What's more to ask for on a sunny Saturday like this? 960 459. Get checking out. Listen, I'm not going to go right the way down the counter because I want you to grab this while it's fresh in your mind right now. Hazel's got some brilliant demonstrations lined up. And of course, with this being a Pink Frog show, your Pink Frog favourites are on the website. I've said that right first time. Pink Frog favourites. I did it. Right, look at what's there. Super Smooth is there for you in lots and lots of different configurations. You've got black unscored card. No, I didn't get that right. It's the word true.
Yeah.
But it's true. It's a true black. That's what it meant. Just read the whole thing, Derek. That would help. What about that then? The A4 Spring Card Collection. With 24 Staedtler pencils, I take it, is that. For £21.99, that would still come with the Ice White free gift as well,
would.
one per customer, whoever's shopping with us. Anyway, listen, I'll let you go and have a shimmy through all of that. And as Hazel use any items that are on the show, if you want to stock up with glue, by the way, it's an amazing, amazing offer on 2 lots of the Kalal 3D glue, which I love. I absolutely adore. I use it for everything.
Yeah,
it's
it's
brilliant.
fantastic.
It's good to have in life, let me tell you, full stop. It's really, really good. So set of 2 there for just $10.98, which is brilliant, because when I go into my local craft retailer, before I knew about the world of saving money here, you'd pay the best part of that price for just 1 and you're getting 2 for that price. Anyway, Hazel, let's get started, shall we?
Right then. So I think it was my 8 a.m. show. I did a smaller version of this little box card, and there was lots of questions about it. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to make it on the 20 by 40 and just show you how easy it is. And it's just a bit more dramatic. Sorry, tickle. So we're going to start with our scoreboard and a 20 by 40 in the Super Smooth, and we're going to score down at 2 centimetres. That's going to be a little tab. Then we're going to score at 8 and 14 and 20. And that's the scoring done. So then we will turn that over and just fold all of those lines. We'll grab our EVA and then just stick that down. Now, you could use your red liner tape on here if you wanted to, but I do quite like the EVA because it is a quick grab. So keeping that folded there, I'm going to fold that over. Give that a nice firm press and rub down this centre line because that's where the tab's going to be. So once you've done that, we know that that's going to have grabbed. Push it back the other way and give it another, I know what I'm looking for. Get my hands on it.
Bone folder.
Yes, just to crisp that down. So go back on yourself. And then that gives you that box. Okay, so that's ready for us to put our front on. And then when you want to put it in an envelope or box, it goes down flat. Okay, so we've done that bit, we can put that to one side. So then I have cut some layers, and I know that you're going to want to know the sizes. So we're talking about 15 centimetres by 20 to match the depth of the card in white. And then we've got in black, it's 13 by 18. And then another one to go on top of there is 12.5 by 17.5. Okay, so we're going to work with this one first, and I'm just going to use some VersaFine and stamp down. Let me put the ending. Little bit of housekeeping. If you get glue on the end, when you've glued, just wipe that down, take it away. You don't want any sticky deposits on the needle or the end before you put your needle in.
That tip is brilliant, by the way, isn't it?
It is.
It's
brilliant.
longer than others that I've seen, and that does make the difference. If you've got detailed die cuts and you're trying to get in that tiniest space, sometimes you can't see it because your fingers are too close.
Yeah.
So actually, the longer tip just allows you to see where you're firing.
Now, I'm going to really try hard this time not to get any ink on me. So this is the pebble one from the textures set, textures 3, and I'm just going to come down and I'm going to stamp some. And these just kind of look like they stack on top of each other.
That's really Yorkshire dry stone wall for where I come from.
See, you might want to rotate around and that might join. It just, just like it. Love it. We'll do that on both of those top corners. There we go. And it's just to give a little bit of interest.
That's an awesome stamp, isn't it?
And then we will layer on.
Those went together so effortlessly, didn't they?
I didn't try very hard. Right, so we'll just layer that one up. And try just... So you do have just a tiny amount of time to get that perfect. So we can set that one to one side.
OK.
Cool, I'm quite organised on this one. Don't say it, no, don't say it out loud, Hazel.
Have I brought an air of calm?
Yeah.
That'll soon change, Hazel.
Right, I'm going to grab myself a sheet of A3 because I'm going to do some spraying now. And we're going to use sweet orange and chartreuse yellow on this one. So I'm just going to pull it down because I know that they do spray a bit higher. I'm going to have some orange in this corner. Some of the, it's kind of like a limey green in this corner.
It's lovely, yeah.
And then I'm going to just sort of like mist a little bit over. So if you want it more intense, go closer. A bit more misty, come further away.
Oh, OK.
And then I might just mix in a little bit. This is the diamond pearl. Side to side, get that mixed up, and I'm just going to spritz in a little bit, just while it's wet, so it moves in around.
OK, so it's going to mingle.
Yeah, and I'm just going to place that there. And give that a dry. Now, what I do want to show you, I might show you on here while we're doing this.
Well, that's a nice colour.
Okay, this is the magenta. I'm going to cheat as well. Not that I'm impatient. I am, really. Turn that over. Let's dry the back as well. There we go. And then we'll dry this pink.
Express dry.
Yes, express dry. So this will kind of act like water.
OK.
When we spritz onto, so let me just get I want to get like a dribble here.
And is this the diamond pearl?
This
or
is
this
the
a
diamond
colour pop?
pearl.
Oh, OK, right.
So just, I'm trying to get blobs coming out, which I've got a few. I just hope I've done a big enough bit for you to see. So let that settle for sort of like a little few seconds or so. Now, when you press down, it strips away the colour. I'll lift it up so that you can see.
Oh, yeah. No, I think we can see it from that shot,
But it leaves the
actually.
sparkle.
Yeah.
So if I'm not, can you see? Oh, is that it? There you go. Can you see the sparkle is there?
Yes, yes.
I just love it. It's magical.
That's really
Absolutely
clever, isn't
love
it?
it. Yeah, so we'll keep that on there. In
So
fact,
even it kind of acts like the colour pop a little bit if you do that method, but it leaves the sparkle behind.
Indeed. So let's flip that over and we'll start work on here again. I'm going to use this time, I'm going to bring in some ground espresso. I don't quite want that there. And we're going to ink around the outside of this. So I'm just going to come in with my brush. And I thought the brown went really nice with the orange and the yellow. Just give that a nice blend.
Oh, chocolate limes now you've just created.
Oh.
Well done. Always comes back to food,
like
doesn't
that.
it?
Do you know, I
like
haven't had one of them for
Oh,
years.
do you know what? We can't find them now for love nor money, can you?
No.
A chocolate lime.
I bet one of them old sweetie shops. would have
Maddie, our floor manager's never heard of them.
them. Oh, no.
Charlotte, our producer...
Get out. You're
says-
too young.
Charlotte says they sound horrible. Our producer.
Oh, no, they're not. They're yum yum.
Chocolate limes are lovely. They're like a lime boiled
They're like-
sweet and real
yeah.
chocolate in the middle. And you get the chocolate as the end treat after, you know, the lime. The lime is almost like your savoury, even though it's still sweet. But then when you get to the chocolate, you're like, oh, yeah, that was worth it.
Right, so this one is almost like a Hessian burlappy kind of stamp. I'm just not quite, just slide that over. And I'm just going to pop some of this down.
And what
in each
colour are
corner.
you...
It's ground espresso,
Ground espresso.
just in each corner there.
That's lovely, that, isn't it?
I do like that one, actually. It looks really effective stamped in colours.
Doesn't it? And actually, from a reasonable distance, you can interpret that again several different ways. More like a fabric.
Yeah.
I'm looking a little bit almost like digital circuit boards, you know, like computer circuit boards. If you added the right dots in the right place, you could almost interpret it that way as well.
So I'm just going to come sort of like down here. First and second generations. Again, this is well, I say fast becoming. They're all my favourites. They really are. I just think they're so effective. And they're going to work with a lot of other stamps that you've got in your stash. So I'm just going to, a few little bits coming down the side.
And that could be raindrops.
It could.
That could be paint dripping down. It could be all sorts. And also a wood grain, couldn't
Yeah.
it, completely?
And then we've got this gorgeous, like, crossy hatch type one. I'll pop a few of those down. I mean, you don't have to put this many on a card. I just want to make it, I just want to go over the top because I can.
No, it's lovely, isn't it?
So these, I really like these. These are like triple rings together. And I'm going to stamp some of these down in the chocolate. And then we'll probably paint some of these in as well because they'll look effective. So,
Is this quite quite freestyle and a little bit kind of grungy? Is that your kind of thing, Hazel?
Do you know what? I'm not going to say yes because I absolutely love grungy.
Yeah.
But I can flick a switch and be construction or simple.
Yeah.
I like it all. I just like crafting.
Yeah.
I really do. Right, now we're going to go for the smaller one. So again, there's a little triple of the smaller rings, and I'm going to switch over to the black again and just pop a few of these. These are just going to be sort of like to paint in between. And I want to make sure I leave enough room for my sentiment, which we might as well pop on. I'm going to mix between the sentiment on the butterfly set. I'm going to do Wishes, which is that one. And I'm going to use the large birthday
From the typewriter.
The typewriter, because I just adore the way that they mix together.
You've got to check those out, by the way. There's a typewriter stamp set, and there's also an editions stamp set as well. We'll bring the editions details up for you because they are just beautiful. They're ones that you look at and you just think, yeah, got to have those.
They work so well because they're bitty, and there's some bitty stamps on there. So let me just turn that over. I just need to make sure that I get this straight. I would normally do it in my platform, but we're going to go there. But that just stamps lovely. And then the last one was Wishes. So we'll pop that one on.
See, now that looks like a vintage printed paper which could have come from 50 years ago, doesn't it? It's got that lovely, you know, authenticity about it, the whole texture to it.
And then we will have, there's a small butterfly. Let's pop that one.
The Pearlywinks really bring the atmosphere in as well, don't they?
They do. Nice and dramatic and
really simply. Why have I never looked? I need to have some of these in my life.
Right, so I'm just going to stamp one there. One there.
See, as well, you'd think that butterflies wouldn't necessarily work in that context from what you'd built up to that point, but they just, don't they? They just work. Because you always think of butterflies, don't you? Well, where's the garden? Where's the flowers? But look, I mean, because, again, just stamped in a dark ink, they're just bold and beautiful. And your eye's drawn up, doesn't it, to them?
It does. I'm going to see if I can... I don't want to put too much on, but I also want to put lots on.
Go for it.
So I'm going there. And also, we'll have one of these other ones. We've got nearly all of them on there then. Nearly. There we go.
See, look, the lace work, I guess you would call it, of the wings in that largest one, in fact, in all of them, but particularly in the largest one, that just screams out for anything that you want to do, doesn't it?
You
Any
can
of the
add,
mediums, embossing, you know, painting, watercolours, pencils, go for your life with that, couldn't you?
So I'm just going to add in. So what I'll get is I'll get a little bit of brown tone from
the pearly wink.
ground espresso.
Oh, yeah,
because that's a water base as well.
Yeah.
And it's just going to activate a few of them. So I really like...
Oh, now we're turning into little sunsets, aren't we?
Yeah. Just add a little bit of colour in here. And then I'm also going to layer this butterfly up. So although I will put some colour on there, because you'll see a little bit underneath.
Yeah. This is where, as well, you know that acetate butterfly you did with the colour pop at the back? You could introduce that into that scenario, couldn't you?
You could indeed.
Oh, gosh.
See, next time you could be here doing...
No, honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy sharing my ideas. Putting them into action for me is another matter, but...
OK. So I'm going to grab some of the diamond pearl now.
Yeah.
And then just spritz that down on the side and pick that up. I can then add in to a specific area some of the sparkle.
Yeah, so of course any colour that you've got, you can then add that sparkle to.
Exactly. You could, like a water brush like this, you could spritz some of that in and some of your colour in. You can make your own. There's so much you can do. And don't do that yet, Hazel. Just add a little bit of green because it's on top of the orange. I just want a little bit of difference. And then we will be ready. And this part here, I do like to fill in the boxes behind, just with a hint of colour. So I've gone ahead and done myself a butterfly to raise on top of there.
Oh, and I didn't know that was coming, by the way, at all. I really didn't.
And I'm going to spritz that one.
With the diamond pearl? With
the diamond pearl.
Yeah.
And then I will give it a quick blast before we stick that one on. Right, we'll do this. And now we're ready with that piece. What I'll do is I'll stick this on and then we will work on, I've got a panel to do, and then I've already prepared the back bit just so that you wasn't just watching me do the same thing twice. So we will pop that one in there. And we might as well stick that on and then it can just settle. So if you can either use your EVA for this or your red liner tape. Just remember, if you go in red liner tape, once you go down, you've got to commit.
Yeah.
So at least with using the wet glue, you've got a little time. So I'm just going to give that a little press on the outside edge because I want that to bond. And normally I would turn it over and rub. But because I've just stuck my butterfly on, I'm not going to, because I don't want to squash her. There we go. So that's all ready to go onto my card. If at any point I see any bits peeking up, because this is actually still damp, I'll come back to it. So we've got one panel to do now, because I'm going to add something to the side, and we're going to go back to using the Hessian type die.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten. It seemed like a while ago because I'd forgotten how big the construction of this card is. This is super impressive. Stick around because I'd forgotten. We were so lost in doing that bit.
Right. So I'm just going to ink this up And I don't want it to be perfect. I just want it to be
as it is.
As it is, just random bits and portions. And that will do. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit of ink, blend around. I didn't do that on the other one, but that's going to look all right. I thought I was doing well. Okay. And then the lines, we're just going to add a little bit top and bottom. And that will do us fine. Again, double stamping them because it just gives a little... Okay, now we are ready to piece everything together. So I better just wipe that up because I don't want it on the back of the card because I've done enough of that. Okay, attach this one on first. There it is. Because the box on this one is bigger, it really does need a little bit of decoration down them side panels.
Yeah.
So just slide that into place. Okay, this is where I'm going to get angry with myself because I know I'm going to get the card dirty. I'm going to try my hardest. So, card back into play. I have prepared already a panel, which is going to go onto here. So exactly the same techniques as what we did.
Yeah.
In fact, I've missed a stamp off there that I wanted to put on, but it doesn't matter. Every card is going to be different.
Yeah, of course.
Because there's no rules.
But the great thing is, once you get a composition that you're happy with, keep it, or at least take a picture of it, and then replicate it. Even if there are differences, you know you're essentially very happy with the first.
Yeah.
You know, even if you've given the card away, at least keep a picture of it, so you can remember, oh, where did I put...
It's really hard to part with your cards, though, isn't it?
I know, that's the thing, isn't it? When you're one you got super, super happy with, you're like, oh, I don't really want to get that one away.
Really?
So
Are you sure you want it?
I know.
So I'd already prepared
That's meant to be half the joy, isn't it, of making your
Yeah.
own cards, is actually giving them away and watching the pleasure of someone else receiving them. Be like, oh, well, I'm not ready to let go of you yet. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Okay, so I think I've got that nice equal round there. So then, for this panel, we're going to stick on here. So what I want to do is centralise it between the two. So glue this middle section.
Oh, so you're using two quite hefty panels then on this? Oh.
And then, if you just drop this down, you can physically see left and right. They're pretty much the same now. So just by eye.
Oh, I see. Yes, yes, yes.
Press that down, make sure it's bonded. And then push back the other way.
Yeah, the EVA, is that... The EVA is on the... That's a...
That is...
it's on the show, yeah?
Just there. Underneath your... That's it. So it's...
Oh,
this
gosh,
is your,
you get a lot. Right, so you get your
yes.
applicators, but get some of that, because Charlotte just said in my ear, that glue's good, isn't it? And I'm like...
It is glue. It really is a quick grab. It's a fantastic glue.
So
if
get your fine tip applicators and get your EVA as well, because you get... and that's a good size bottle. That's a really good size bottle. £13.99. And of course, you know, Pink Frog, you know, they're not a Johnny come lately. They'll still be here next month when you need more, and in 3 months when you need more. Do you know what I mean? Or however soon it is, you'll be able to buy more anyway. But try. Oh, look.
So this is my second bottle, and I'm sort of like halfway. I don't know if you can see that now because I shook it. Halfway down, so I've used a full bottle and a half. I use a lot of glue.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember when we launched the glue. I'm sure it was last year.
Really?
Yeah.
And you do a lot of crafting as well.
I do a lot of grafting, yes.
And you're not shy with it either.
No, no.
And yet once I haven't seen a, what do they call it? Like a mayonnaise splodge. You know where
it comes outside.
Yeah, I've not seen that once, Hazel.
Well,
So, is that the glue or is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Of course it is. The glue helps though. £13.99. Make sure you get the non-clog glue bottles as well, because they're the ones with the very, very tall, fine applicators as well. So get a set of those and then get this. £13.99. Lovely. Gorgeous.
So that is it finished.
Now I understand why you did the two big panels there. So you always got everything on.
Yeah.
In view.
I was just looking for the baby one, but I think it's on show.
Is it this one?
It is that one.
This one. There you go. Have a baby.
You. So if I put that in there, look, so this one is made on the 12 by 36 card blank, and then this one is on the 20 by 40. You can make it on any of our sizes. All you've got to remember is get your half fold. Your half fold is here, and whatever you've got left, you've got to make 3 sides and a tab.
Yes.
So because of the way that we size our card, it's very, very easy.
Yeah.
So for instance, this one had a 1.5 centimetre tab, and I'm going to forget it now. So it was 1.5, 7, 12.5, and 18. There you go.
Very good. And you'll be able to go back to the start of the show as well on Rewind to get the measurements for the one that Hazel just made there as well.
You want me to read it out again?
Oh, if you've got it still off the top of your head.
It's 2, 8, 14, and 20.
Right. Good. Marvellous. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Right. We are now approaching limited stock on the one-day special. I am not surprised. Just to let you know as well, if you're coming to this as a final hour and you've been sort of keeping track of the shows and watching what new ideas Hazel has come up with, the stamp sets that are in the one-day special are not available on their own individually. They have sold out individually. We are an extended stock on our one-day special, of which 80% has sold out and gone. For those of you who are brand new to it, you've still got a chance to get in on this one-day special. Remember, this is the last live hour, the last 25 minutes of. The deal will revert to its original pricing at 6 o'clock tonight, because that's when we start a brand new one-day special. And it's gardening tonight at 6, so please be here if you can. But look at what is in your one-day special. This is like your dreams come true, because if, like me, you're a great big fan of Pink Frog and everything they do, the value that they offer, the quality, and actually the breadth of the demonstration as well that you get from Pink Frog. You get lots and lots of ideas. It's not like, oh, here's a wodge of card, good luck. It's like, well, you know what, here's some great card, here's some great value, but here's some really good ideas of things to do with it as well. And if, like me, you know about Pearly Winks, you may have even seen one of the shows. I don't think I've seen a show. I certainly haven't hosted, as far as I remember. I'm so sorry if I have. I don't think I have hosted a Pearly Winks show, but I love what they do, and I've never sort of stood next to it actually happening. With this, you get, because this is a one-day special collaboration between Pink Frog and Pearly Winks together, but it's such a great thing because you get all of the stamps. We'll go through that in a bit more detail in a moment. But you also get 5 Pearly Wink colours. So you get the chartreuse yellow, the sweet orange, magenta, anemone blue and blue grotto. So you get all of those 5 colours. Plus you get the diamond pearl, which allows you and enables you to get this wonderful diamond shimmer onto any of those colours and any other colour that you like as well. The diamond pearl on black is just awesome. You won't see it as well on the white in the studio, but it does, again, it gives that lovely sort of shiny sparkle. But you also get the colour pop as well from Pearly Winks. And that allows you to paint on if you want, spritz on if you want to as well. This wonderful, as the name suggests, it's a white pop, but it will pop any colour that you work with it. It's absolutely awesome. It really is, and you get that as one of the selections. So it's 7 Pearly Wink bottles in total, 5 colours, the diamond pearl and the colour pop as well. Plus, let's look at the stamps, because the stamp set's just beautiful. I mean, butterflies, again, with butterflies, you know you've always got a very, very safe bet and you can never have enough in your collection. No matter, you may have 100 butterfly stamps in your stash somewhere, and this will still bring something new to the party, because this is about detail in the wings, and it's also in breadth of the stamps as well, because you've got big sentiments there. You have other elements, which you can see Hazel using in those backgrounds there, brought things together extremely effectively and gave you lots and lots of different textures. Talking about textures, your second set of stamps is a whole set of texture stamps. And you know how important they are. It might be that at the moment, when you buy stamps, you just stamp your image onto plain backgrounds. Or you have a little brush with colour or something like that. But there's always that something missing. There's always that something that... And texture stamps, you might think, yeah, well, how much use am I going to get out of a texture stamp? when you start using them and you start fading them into the background, bringing them forward, sending them back, working with them in different collaborations, working with them over each other, you realise what workhorses they are, and you can take them here, there and everywhere. Anyway, listen, I could be here until 7 o'clock tonight just talking about that. You also have the card stock as well, remember. 25 sheets each of the white and the black. And again, just remind me of the size of these.
15 by 30.
15 by 30, and you get 25 of each, which is superb. You also get instructions which show you in paper form how to do at least 10 different folds.
Folds, yeah. So you've got half fold, Z fold, gate fold, side gate fold, inverted stepper, easel, and some more.
Like an encyclopedia of card making, Hazel. That's brilliant, because I think sometimes you think, oh, OK, thanks for sending me a card.
Now what can I do with it?
Shall I go that way, or I'll just mark it 3 ways and just go 3 ways with it?
It's just to give you a bit more freedom, really.
It's nice to have some new
That's
ideas.
what it's all about, and less waste, because it's the right size. If you can have one piece of card that can do 10 cards without cutting anything off or wasting it, it's got to be a winner.
And perfect card as well for
so
stamping, throwing, whatever you want at it. Yeah. Well, you saw with the ink techniques how well. Oh, right, we've got queues on the telephone lines. 3-minute queues on the telephone lines. Do bear with us. If you are able to use the app or the web, then do. But if you call, because I don't use the web, Derek, I don't do that app thing. I call. That's fine. You're only calling us here in wherever we are, Northamptonshire. It's not a premium rate call. You're not calling the other side of the world. You're calling us here in this building right now. They're up there somewhere, or up there over there somewhere. So just hang on. We'll be with you. It's not like there's nothing to watch in the meantime, is there? We are now limited stock, though, so keep your place in the queue if you're in the queue, because we are getting to that stage where we could be sold out by the end of the show. Don't forget, everyone's shopping, because it's Pink Frog's 2nd anniversary with us here at the craft store, formerly Hojanda. You're also getting a free gift, one per customer, of 50 sheets of this ice gold 120 GSM, thank you. See, I'd be nothing without all these people around me, waving numbers in my face. How cool is that, though? Speciality cardstock paper like this. I'm used to buying it in cellophane wraps in packs of 10 for like $5 or $6.99. Not getting 50 sheets for free, one per customer. If you're buying anything, by the way, on the Pink Frog show. It could be, we've got a red liner tape bundle on the website. If you're just buying that, it's probably one of the most affordable items on the poll, as we call it, product order list. But on this show, basically.
I didn't know what that standing
what
for.
poll?
Yeah.
Product order list. There you go.
I thought it was like.
I think so. I think that's what it is. So in this bundle, you get 30 metres of the 12mm, 30 metres of the 9mm, 30 metres of the 6mm, and 30 metres of the 3mm. 30 metres on each, so that's what, 120 altogether. 4 different gauges for $13.99. You might never need to buy red liner again. Certainly not for a long time.
If you I could spit it out, then I make so many frames and I use loads of it.
Oh, I love red liner tape. I love it. I love wandering around with the bits that you peel off and finding them days later in the washing machine. Anyway, let's go to the website, shall we? Because if you're after bits and pieces, the Kalal is really good. 3D glue, if you like, as an alternative to foam pads, and actually just as a darn good glue, let me tell you, then the Kalal 3D is really, really good. That's amazing value, actually, for those 280mm. The masket sheets, yes, as well, the low-tack masket sheets, they've been massively popular. 10 sheets of A4 for $9.99. We've also got the removable Scotch tape there as well. Gosh, they're long, aren't they? And you've got one of the biggest names in the business there, haven't you? Really, really good price, £13.99. We've got the foam pads. Oh, there's a foam pads and roll bundle there together. The EVA glue, of course, you know to get hold of that, £13.99. And make sure you get the non-clog glue bottles with the long tips as well, because they're very, very good. And stamps galore. I mean, listen, we could have a 3-hour show and still not scratch the surface of everything we've got for you there. So, you know, if you've got got a big choice to choose from, and free gift, one per customer, for absolutely everyone shopping, because it's Pink Frog's 2nd anniversary. And just because, listen, the value that they offer ordinarily is I have to say, it is very good. Well, no, I don't have to say. I'm not being paid to say that. I'm not on commission. But they are. I always look from afar whenever we have sometimes we have Pink Frog happy hours as well, which I'm like, what?
That means you can be happy for the whole hour.
I know, but how can you get better than a normal?
Yeah.
And they do. They give us happy hours, 7-day savers. Pink Frog are good at what they do, and they know value, don't they, Hazel?
They do indeed, yes.
Right, what are we doing next?
Well, I thought we would go a little bit colourful, and we're going to make this inverted stepper with a difference. It's just a portion, as opposed we'd normally do this all the way across. So we're just going to have this little bit set back. So to start off with, we're going to be using the 21 by 30, and I'm just going to double check myself that I've picked up a 30 and not an A4, which I have. So with the short edge at the top, this one I've done on this side. Now I could flip that over and make it on the other. The choice is yours, but you need to decide at this point. So if you want it on this side, you'd put this on this side, or you'd put that on that side for the other one. So I'm going to probably confuse... No, don't do it, Hazel. Just stick with what you're doing. Left-hand side on 2. Set your tool at 2 and cut from 2 down to 17. Now, the reason I'm cutting 17 is because it's 2 past the halfway point.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to slide this along to 10 and a half, which is there. And I'm going to repeat that. So this time, because the tool's there, it's at 17. We'll go down to 2. That's it for the cutting. And then we will just bring our board in. And in fact, yeah. I'm just going to check something. Yeah, okay. So I can score it this way because this is closer up to my numbers. So I'm going to score between the two, on the 2 line, between the 2 cut lines. And then I'm going to do the same on the 4 and the same on the 17. And then I want to mark in that halfway point, which is 15. And I haven't got a line down my board, so I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to put the 15 mark on there. So if we want to mimic what we've got there, we want it this way round. We're going to put our fingers between there and tease that so it's a mountain fold, and then flip the next one so it's a valley. So it's important not to bend these outside bits.
Okay, yeah.
Then go to your halfway point and bend that forward, and then put your hand between there and pull that one down. Push it all down together, and that gives you, get your little, do them creases. That gives you your perfect little, do you know what? I have done it opposite.
Well done. Well, it's always good to do left and right, isn't it?
I meant to do it opposite, yes,
of course
exactly.
You did.
Oh, I've
just
got to
like
work,
you planned.
I've got to work hard now. Oh dear. Right, so then we need to cut, because I don't do things easy, I like to cut a little frame. So the front of here is 15 centimetres by 21. So this is going to be 14 and a half by 20 and a half to give us a border around. And then I'm just going to cut out, well, I'm not because I've done it already, look. I would just go on my trimmer and cut a 1.5 centimetre border around to give me this.
Half a centimetre is quite tight, isn't it?
1.5.
Oh, 1.5.
1.5.
Okay.
So look, that's going to fit on there, and I'm still going to have my equal border, but it just frames everything. And look, there was me being clever. I've gone ahead, so now I've got to do it on this piece because it's the wrong side. So if you get to that stage, you could, in fact, turn it inside out and flip it round the other way, but I'm not going to because I'm just going to redo it. So grab your piece of card and you're going to get your colours. We're going to use magenta, which I had out a minute ago. And I'm just going for sort of like mists on this one. I don't want it too heavy. Where's that nice blue grotto? So depending on how fast or hard you spritz your bottle down, whether you have it going down or you're up, depends on the spray that you get out.
Yeah.
And I did use some of this one. So I think
We
that'll
have to
do
be very
us.
careful on these, especially over here, Hazel. You've been told about over here.
Eh?
Over here is very, very sacred because this is the new furniture
Well,
over here.
I actually cleaned the top when I came because...
Oh dear, I've started something controversial now.
Let's just say it wasn't that clean, so it'll probably be cleaner. But I'm not going there.
Dear. Oh, Maddie, go and pick up those worms that have just been let out that
It's
can.
fine. It's really hilarious because I actually know who was on here before me and she'll be laughing. It wasn't that dirty, honest.
No, this is the sacred furniture over there. This is why Leonie's not allowed back in here. That's why she's banished to next door on the old furniture.
Right, OK, so we've got that. And let's just check that we're in the right... Beautiful. OK, so that's going to go on there. And what I have done is I've cut another layer that's going to slip inside there. So we've got a few little bits of stamping to do on these now. So we'll move them to the side.
I have to say, Hazel, that I think Pearlywinks is going to open up a bit of a world for people, because I've just thought I was never one of those people and never would be, and nor should you, don't ever do this at home, who ever graffitied anything. It's terrible and it's very highly illegal, and don't ever anybody do it or encourage anybody else to do it. But this is kind of like graffiti for grown-ups, isn't it? And it's allowed, but it still feels rebellious.
As much or as little as you want. If you like clean and crisp, there's a lovely card. Well, there's lots of lovely cards, but I did do a clean and crisp card on the 6 o'clock show, just using a little bit of Scotch tape, and then I've done some more grungier ones, so it really does depend on what you're into. So what I've done here is I've just slipped this piece in, but I've done it level with the bottom, and I've butted it up because I want to stamp this butterfly so that it comes on both pieces.
Oh, OK.
Half and half. And I'm just hoping, yeah, it doesn't matter because I'm going to put one over the top anyway.
OK,
so we're going
just to let you know,
yeah, how much?
we're just coming up to 5 minutes on the show, which is more than fine, which is more than what you had planned, actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
to get 2 demos in full.
Oh, look, you see, that's fine. I didn't re-ink it, but it's fine because I've got my other butterfly that's going over the top, you see. So don't panic.
Nice.
That'll be fine.
I'll try not to. Okay. I thought I'd leave that to you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. OK, now I'm just going to start and pick with some of the different decorative pieces that we've got. And I'm going to use a mix of some oxides and different bits and pieces. So I've chosen peacock feathers because this does go in really quite well.
Oh, just to let you know as well, because you might not have heard it this hour, Hazel's put a little companion sheet next to of inks that go really, really nicely with the Pearlywink colours you get in your one-day special. Which ones did you... was it the oxides and the...
You've got oxide, Versaclair.
Versaclair.
And then your Pearlywinks. And
yes.
I have posted it on my Facebook page.
Yes, which is?
Hazel Eaton and my Dragon's Papercraft page.
OK.
And also Pink Frog page. Pink Frog Inspirations. If you're not already a member of that, I would join it because that's where all the inspiration goes.
So here's a quick look at it. But if you are on Facebook, Hazel's very kindly put together kind of partner inks in oxides and Versa, which is very good of you. Well, I suppose you wanted it for your own reference as well, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
To see what,
you know, like
what goes
you normally
nicely.
just pick out, when you get something new in colours, you make a colour chart. That's kind of equivalent to that, really.
But because the Pearlywinks have another lovely synergy of different colours, that's worked beautifully.
It does, and it's nice to know that they just all work in.
Yes.
So there's no right or wrong here. You can just be as random as you like. I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be random. There's some gorgeous. See, this one's a really nice dribbly kind of effect. Now, if I do this with an ink, a colour as opposed to the black, it will look like it's dribbling down the page, so to speak.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And we'll
that's what I mean about grown-up graffiti.
So we'll do a few of those on. And which other ones have we not seen any? I'm sure I've used every... Oh, see, that one hasn't been used much. Let's go for some seedless preserves on this one. And again, we're just mixing in some different details, first and second generation, as much or as little as you want. Let's go over to the textures. In fact, we'll have that one out.
2 minutes.
Oh,
so you're getting carried away now,
yeah,
aren't you?
well, this is what happens, isn't it? This is what happens. Right, I'll try and be quick.
No, I love
on
it.
this
I love
bit.
watching a crafter get completely lost.
I really was trying not to rush on this one. That's why I said, right, I'm just going to do two, but more in-depth ones. But I'm just going to put a bit of texture behind there. Now I'm going to put it together. I'm going to step away from it. Card blank I put under here. So we'll go back to that EVA. Hopefully we can get it all done.
Yeah. I'll just remind you, while Hazel's gluing and constructing, check out anything you've got in your basket. Remember, we are limited stock on the one-day special. It's such a bumper one-day special. We've only really sort of highlighted a couple of times just how much you get in there as well. I'd urge you to go and have a look on the website as well. I need to also let you know we are talking single figures remaining in stock. We are on extended delivery stock as well. We are less than a minute to go. The offer is meant to be good all the way through until 6 o'clock. The stock won't take us, it looks, all the way to 6 o'clock. We are in single figures. So if you have made your decision, then hop, skip and jump to the checkout. Or if you're on the phone lines, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for you. How are we getting on?
We're nearly there. Jumping corners. OK. So then all I've done is stamped an extra butterfly and cut it out.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pop that over the top there. Make sure that I get it glued
When are you
on.
back next time, Hazel?
Well, Claire is here tomorrow to finish off all the celebrations. She's here at 10 and 2.
Fab.
Gorgeous different deals and designs to share with everybody. And then we'll be back in July. I'm not sure of the exact dates. I think one of them is the 3rd.
OK.
Then these butterflies are just going to fit sort of like around here. Have I got time to stick these? No, OK.
No, but it looks lovely.
Well, there we go. They'll just fit
idea.
around there, and that gives you this wonderful card, just like this one.
Here it is. Hazel, thank you so much.
Thank you. I've had a ball, and thank you to everybody for enjoying it as much as I have.
It's been brilliant.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely brilliant. Please make sure you check out, because we're talking literally single figures. It will sell out in seconds. What a brilliant one-day special.